I'm Jason Epperson. This is RV Miles, and it's time for the latest in RV and camping news. First up, back in October, 291,664 Ram ProMaster Vans from model years 2018 to 2026 were recalled because of an overheating electrical circuit could trigger a vehicle fire. Ram maker Stellantis told federal safety officials that some vans, quote, may have been assembled with a cooling fan module, which is susceptible to premature bearing wear and inadequate fuse protection. The company knows of at least 39 field reports of problems, but no accidents or injuries related to the issue. However, the remedy for the recall is not yet available, and that's causing a problem for lots of people who have purchased Class B camper vans or Class C motorhomes. They can't pick them up. One viewer reached out to me and said he bought a Wingham Oasi 540.1. It's a new camper van company. They make really cool products. His unit has been in the US since early October. He's been to the dealership to see it, but he can't complete purchasing it until the recall has been done. He's also referred me to several others waiting on their new RVs. The official recall notice says that the radiator fan module can experience premature bearing wear, leading to excessive electrical current draw on a circuit that lacks adequate fuse protection, potentially causing the circuit to overheat and ignite a fire in the engine compartment. Those 39 customer complaints date all the way back to January of 2020, so Stellantis has known about this for a while now. Federal regulations prohibit dealers from selling any vehicle subject to an open safety recall for a fire risk like this one until the defect is remedied. This effectively acts as a do not sell restriction for dealerships and fleet operators. Ram ProMaster vans are used for dozens of brands of Class B camper vans and Class C motorhomes, from all the biggest brands like Winnebago, Airstream, Thor Motor Coach, and Forest River Motorized, along with lots and lots of boutique brands, all built on the ProMaster chassis. Concerns have been pouring into me about BattleBorn batteries after popular YouTube battery and solar influencer Will Prowse tore one open to expose a problem members of his community forum had been sharing: overheating battery terminals, with the root cause being a battery post that's bolted into place with nuts that can come loose. In the video, Prowse shows exterior battery temperatures getting to dangerous levels on a 100 amp hour BattleBorn lithium iron phosphate battery sent in by a viewer. He then opens the battery case with a saw and explains how the power actually has to pass through the bolt on the positive terminal itself because the terminal post does not touch the bus bar. When the nut on the terminal loosens, especially in a scenario where vibration and movement is an issue like in an RV, Prowse says the battery overheats to dangerous conditions. Prowse then did a follow-up video sharing a response from Dragonfly Energy, makers of BattleBorn batteries, sharing information about extensive third-party testing to UL standards. Dragonfly says that the aluminum nut holding the terminal in place is actually a thermal failsafe with the plastic bushing between the post and the bus bar designed to deform and disconnect when heat is present. I don't think Dragonfly is responding to what's happening here. The loose nut is the issue, but that's besides the point. It's a very odd response since, as Prowse shows in his follow-up video, a loose nut doesn't disconnect the terminal. It just creates arcing, and the loose nut is likely the cause of the heat in the first place. So for full transparency, I have a relationship with BattleBorn's competitor, Mastervolt, but I find the response here quite frightening, and I'm looking through the forum comments and I'm seeing lots of people have been having this problem for years. So I highly recommend, regardless of whatever BattleBorn does in this situation, anyone with an RV should have a laser thermometer, or better yet, a thermal camera, so you can check anywhere in your electrical system, even through walls, for high temperatures, which generally indicate a bad connection. That's a common cause of fires in an RV. I've reached out to Dragonfly for comment and I haven't heard back, but to be fair, I haven't given them very much time to respond. When they do, I'll share an update. More in a moment, but first, this episode is sponsored by RVMattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Get a real mattress for your RV instead of the cheap piece of foam that it came with at RVMattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. They sell real mattresses in all the odd sizes RVs require, like short kings, Olympic queens, odd bunk sizes, different thicknesses, and more. Their mattresses are toxin-free, made in their factory in Arizona, and shipped to you vacuum-sealed wherever you are. You just unwrap them and let them expand. They have a 120-night sleep trial, free shipping, and a limited lifetime warranty. But the best part is the RV Miles community gets 30% off, the best deal they ever offer, any day of the year with code RVMiles at rvmattress.com/RVMiles. That's rvmattress.com/RVMiles with code RVMiles at checkout for 30% off. Ford has announced the next generation Ford Lightning electric truck will have a gas-powered range extender, essentially a generator, giving the Lightning an estimated range of more than 700 miles, according to the Blue Oval. Unlike a traditional hybrid, the F-150 Lightning EREV, as it's called for electric range extended vehicle, is propelled 100% by electric motors. Like the current F-150 Lightning, the next-gen version will also offer exportable electricity that can power everything from work sites to campsites to homes during a power outage. Quote, the F-150 Lightning is a groundbreaking product that demonstrated an EV pickup can still be a great F-Series, said Doug Field, Ford's chief EV digital and design officer. Our next generation F-150 Lightning EREV will be every bit as revolutionary. It delivers everything Lightning customers have, near instantaneous torque and pure electric driving, but with a high-power generator enabling an estimated range of 700 plus miles. It tows like a locomotive. Heavy-duty towing and cross-country travel will be as effortless as the daily commute. Production of the current F-150 Lightning ends this year. The next generation F-150 Lightning EREV also will be assembled at the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn, Michigan. Ford will share more details about the vehicle and launch timing at a later date, but essentially it looks like the fully electric only F-150 Lightning is dead for now. Though Ford didn't come straight out and say there won't be an electric only version, but that's similar to what Ram announced earlier this year, ending development of their fully electric truck and opting for a range extended version only instead. GM is still offering the electric Silverado and Sierra. RV dealership management system company Lightspeed has released its November 2025 dealer financial snapshot through our friends over at rvbusiness.com. The report shows continued year-over-year pressure across the U.S. dealership network, with overall performance declining 4% compared to November of 2024. While some regions demonstrate pockets of resilience, particularly in sales, the majority of categories remain challenged, according to the report, underscoring a mixed or uneven recovery across the country. Parts remain the weakest category, down 7.2% year over year, followed by sales down 4.2% and service down 2.7%. And similarly, Statistical Surveys Inc. has released its report on the RV industry for October, so they're a bit further behind, which tracks actual RV sales, not just shipments of new RVs to dealers, actual sales. In October 2025, the RV industry experienced a 7.37% year-over-year decline, according to the report, a sharp decline compared to the 5.16% year-over-year growth experienced in October of 2024. So what we're seeing here is a little bit more of a decline in recent months than what RV shipments would suggest. RV shipments have been doing a little bit better as we sort of head towards the selling season here. So it's interesting to see that discrepancy. If you remember early on this year, RV shipments, the amount of RVs being made by manufacturers was far outpacing sales. And then shipments dropped down to sort of match what sales were. Now it seems like shipments are actually above sales again a little bit. So there are a lot of RVs headed to dealership lots, which is kind of normal for this time of year. It's the restocking phase before next spring selling season. But this is why we do year over year stats, looking at this November compared to last November instead of this November compared to October, because it is a seasonal industry. Motorized RVs were down 1.77%, towables down 8.08%. The only subcategory outperforming the market was Class C motorhomes, up 1.76%. Unlike new RVs, used RV sales saw positive year-over-year growth, up 4.59%. And finally, AAA projects 122 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home over the 13-day year-end holiday period beginning December 20th and ending January 1st. This year's forecast is a 2.2% increase over last year, surpassing last year's record of 119 million travelers. AAA projects 109.5 million Americans will travel on roads for their year-end trips, an increase of 2% compared to last year. This year, 89% of holiday travelers will take road trips, Gas prices are lower compared to last holiday season a bit, when the national average was 3.04 to end 2024 for a gallon of regular gas. For the first time in 4 years, the national average dropped below $3 a gallon this month, and prices could continue dropping as 2025 comes to a close, according to AAA. Thanks so much for being here. If you got something out of this episode, hit the like button. If you want more, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.